Odegaard. Obviously, we're trying to win what we're trying to win. Him and his countrymen have qualified for the World Cup. We need to. And I just don't think Odegaard's quite been what he was a couple of years ago. Remember our first title challenge race where we were scoring and whatnot? I do think people also don't consider the fact that Odegaard, in many ways, he has the most complicated role in this Arsenal team. He's got to press, he's got to stand in certain areas. You're going to see him
come short and dictate.
Come short and get off the centre halves at some point. I do think he could be a bit stronger. Similar to what Kim was saying earlier with Foden, I do think he could be a bit stronger, but that's just not him, really. And I just think people need to allow it, if I'm honest. Like, we've got a lot of problems. Odegaard isn't one of those. That being said, though, unless your name is Declan Rice, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saka and people like that, I do think you should be interchangeable in this Arsenal team.
So you don't think Odegaard is sort of a guaranteed starter? And if you had a cup final on Sunday, you don't think
he definitely start. You're the captain. You lead the press. There has been elements, I'm not going to lie, when Eze was kind of playing and Odegaard was injured, where you did see the absence. But then, Sam, like, if I'm someone that's got all the creative ability of Odegaard, if I'm talking about pressing and all of this kind of stuff, it's kind of leveraging the fact that you're not really in a rich run of form. So I think people need to allow Odegaard, man.
The perfect start then for Arsenal after Man City win early today in the 12:30 kickoff. Martin Odegaard, the captain, scoring from distance. So Arsenal leading Brighton by 1-0. The other game that has a goal in it is Brentford Bournemouth. Was that the first chance, Marcus, for Jared Bowen at the London Stadium?
It was a good effort from him. He sort of slipped in. It was at an angle, so you wouldn't necessarily expect him to score, but he made Bernd Leno produce a fine save, which went out for a corner. West Ham have so the first sort of 5-10 minutes of the game, it was actually most of the game was being played in West Ham's own half. Fulham thinking, okay, let's kind of exert our well, not dominance, but let's try and dominate this game and really push them back.
Fans.
Well, exactly, yeah. And again, in the sort of 15th, 16th minute of the games, they're getting their red cards out that the West Ham fans have made, protesting about the ownership of the club. And again, anybody what's been going on there, it completely understands that, because, my goodness, they've suffered a lot, those poor old West Ham fans. They really, really have. But they've come back into this game. It's still 0-0 after, 16 minutes. And they've shown a bit, Fulham sort of floundering a little bit, a few corners. But yeah, that man, Jared Bowen, has had their best effort. It was a good effort. Made Bernd Leno make a great save, but he's the man that they're all looking to, thinking, please, Jared, get us out of this.
Do you think
mess.
he'll leave if they get relegated, Bowen? I know it sounds like
it's a big.
I would want to say yes, but
I mean, it feels almost like insensitive to say it.
Exactly.
That fan base with that player.
Exactly.
Do I want to say this with the microphone in front of me?
Sure. Well, surely he's too good to be playing.
Yeah, he is too good for the Championship.
Respectfully.
He is too good for the Championship, because he will probably go to the World Cup with England.
Exactly.
And oh my goodness.
Right on cue there, he gets played in, through on goal.
Too good for the Championship.
From a tight angle. And he gets the shot away, but the Fulham goalkeeper, Bernd Leno, gets down. I'm surprised you even hesitated with answering that question.
Well, because
Jared Bowen gets relegated.
I was just worried about
the Championship.
I was worried about the comments. Well, just
Marcus, haters gonna hate.
To suggest, yeah, but I don't want to put in the minds of West Ham fans, the idea that Jared.
I don't think West Ham fans are stupid. I don't think they expect him to play for them in the Championship
with Leicester and help them.
But Jared Bowen is
well, I mean,
top.
I think he's leaving.
Yeah, if they go down, I think they it would be a sickener but if they were to go down, then yes, you would think Jared Bowen would move.
I'd even say that if they have another season where they just avoid relegation, I'd be gobsmacked if he stays again next season at West Ham. Like, I think at some point in his career, he's got to look to push on.
But where would he go though? Plenty of teams. I'd have him tomorrow, but where would he go? How much would he cost?
I would say to Jared, you're not listening because you're currently playing, but if you do ever move away from West Ham,
please come to Fulham.
Don't go to Chelsea, for crying out loud. I'm trying to be as even-handed as fair.
They're going to sign Kudus and Bowen, both in West Ham. There
would be no point going to Spurs.
None. But that's probably where he gets the most games.
Yeah, well, maybe. Anyway.
Everton had the best chance against Burnley. Great ball in from Tyler Diblin. And guess who it was who didn't quite get his foot to it?
Beto, probably.
Yeah, he should have scored. I mean, it was one of those where he was running forward at pace, but the ball, it's a beautiful ball then. They'll probably show the replays at half time. It was just, I think it actually hit underneath his calf rather than his foot. So he actually got there but didn't get his foot on it. The only other thing, Brentford are all over Bournemouth. I mean, they've had it's unbelievable. In terms of the stats, 7 shots to 1, 3 on target to 1, and they're all over him. Bournemouth are so open, and Brentford just keep hitting them on the attack. But
I mean, I don't think this is going to happen. But Bournemouth relegation?
Yeah, well, they are falling, aren't they? It's just,
they are falling. I mean,
they've got so many goals. If Semenyo goes, then that makes a big difference to them. And his form's really picked up over the transfer window as well. Ahead of the transfer window, 2 goals in 2 games. Obviously, he's played well against some of the big clubs this season. I think he does go. I mean, if the big clubs want him, I mean, he'd be perfect for Liverpool at the moment, wouldn't he?
I mean, Man
City, obviously the favourites.
He's got his pick of the clubs. Yeah. Let's be honest, he's that good. But I'm surprised at Bournemouth because, and look, it's still a long way to go in the season. But when they lost, key defenders, Hoyson being one, obviously, and a couple of others, I thought they've still got the manager though. That was the crucial thing. Iraola's still there, and I think they'll be absolutely fine. I don't think they'll be in any kind of relegation scrap. To be quite frank, they've got goals in that team. We've seen that, but I am surprised they've been a little poorer than what I thought they were going to be. They started the season, they started the season pretty well. But then you look at the league table, you win a couple of games, and suddenly you're thinking, we're only a few points off.
2 wins, you jump off 6 places,
It feels, I don't know.
They're 8 points off West Ham. Level on 3 points ahead of Leeds at the minute still. Level with Tottenham.
It still feels like, with regard to some teams and some areas in the Premier League, it still feels a little bit like it's silly season.
Yeah.
And we're in December. We're deep into December. So I expect in January, February will be the time it kind of pads out.
There was just mentioned, obviously, Liverpool Wolves stay at Anfield in the 20th minute. Liverpool fans obviously always sing the name of Diogo Jota, but also the Wolves fans were obviously singing along as well. Jota playing for both Liverpool and Wolves. It was also emotional before the game started. Both of his kids came out as mascots. His partner was there as well. So obviously an emotional day at Anfield. On the pitch for Wolves, they're actually doing pretty well so far. Liverpool haven't created any clear-cut chances. Matheus Mane making his first Premier League start for Wolves, 18 years of age, had a decent effort, about 25 yards out, which Alisson saved pretty well. Lee mentioned that Bournemouth looking all over the place at the Blacks. Senesi had to clear a cross straight to Kevin Sade, who scored the opening goal. And his shot is blocked. Burnley 0, Everton 0. Really good work. Tyler Dibbling starting today, by the way, for Everton. There's no Ndai, there's no Dewsbury Hall, there's no Grealish. He fizzed in a low ball into the 6-yard box, but Beto unable to make a clean contact on the ball. That remains goalless then. So the latest scores in the Premier League as we're halfway through the first half. Arsenal 1 up at home to Brighton. Martin Odegaard scoring, the captain scoring from 25 yards out. Brentford all over Bournemouth and leading by a goal to nil. Other 3 games are goalless: Burnley, Everton, Liverpool, Wolves, West Ham, Fulham, Chelsea. Villa kicks off at 5:30 in the William Hill Scottish Premiership. Top of the table Hearts lost away to Hibernian by 3-2. Celtic looking to close the gap down to 3 points. Are drawing 2-2 away at Livingston. Rangers 0, Motherwell 0, St Mirren 0, Kilmarnock 0, Dundee 0, Falkirk 0. CJ, are Arsenal in control at the Emirates?
Firmly in control at the Emirates. We got the early goal, which I wanted. We're playing the game at our tempo. We have had a counter-attacking moves that I feel we could take more advantage of. I know 1-0 to the Arsenal's a famous chant, and I do back us to win regardless, but more goals. Kill the game. Kill any hope Brighton have. Because Brighton are not even in the best of form. I know they got a good record against us, but kill their optimism. And we could... There are... Decent ball into the box by Bukayo Saka. Nobody's there. The only thing that scares me is naturally Brighton do have options off the bench that can kill you. They are a good side, and they haven't taken advantage of it, but a couple of times we've overplayed. You see, similar to the goal that Forest scored earlier today. Like, the counter-attack is on for Brighton, if I'm honest with you. But other than that, we're good value in this 24 minutes for our lead.
How's Victor Gyökeres started?
I mean, Victor Gyökeres, the most interesting thing he's done is obviously missed that chance, concede a foul. I mean, you know how it is for Arsenal playing against these deep blocks. Gyökeres isn't going to get any service. He's going to survive on scraps today. And I'm at the point with Gyökeres, I think you got to force your own luck a bit. So I hope you do that. You're playing against... You and Trossard are playing against your former team. Remind them why they've made mistakes.
I mean, with Gyökeres, I understand that, he's not going to set the Premier League alight or anything, but it is a big step up for him. And going into an Arsenal team who are going for the title again, a totally different situation than anything he's used to. I know it's Sporting, obviously. They challenge for titles and all the rest of it, but it's not quite the same. So people, because there was talk of Gyökeres and then Šeško was the other one.
They both would have struggled in the system.
Yeah, of course. And I think, obviously Šeško being at Manchester United hasn't, again, done too much there. But I don't think we'll know for a while if Šeško's a good player or not, because, under Amorim at Manchester United, it seems a bit of a funny one, even though they're doing all right. Relatively speaking. But yeah, with Gyökeres, he really needs a season to kind of bed in at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But everyone wants to hit...
Everyone wants instant results.
Totally. You want him to hit the ground running, because the title is really up for grabs.
And we've been crying for a striker as well. Do you know what it is?
Totally.
Gyökeres is a weird one in that there's certain things that I think he can't be blamed for. And I think there's stuff that he could be blamed for. I think about, like, last season, we had problems with attack anyways. People were saying, Arteta, there's something you need to do tactically. You've brought in Eze, you've brought Zubimendi. You've brought Gyökeres. Still nothing's changed. That being said, you're playing against low blocks. You're competing with serious centre-halves. So I do see some encouragement because Gyökeres hasn't run away from that challenge. He does compete. He does offer all the other facets that Arteta wants. But we need goals. And I think that one is a twofold. I think we need to create chances, but I think he needs to do things a bit quicker. I think one thing that goes against him is, obviously, you have signed for Arsenal, so there is going to be a level of criticism, but people make out that we've signed this guy for 100 odd million quid. When you did what you did at Sporting, the record you had, the clamour of one in a forward, the fact that you've taken a number 14 shirt, there's going to be a lot of pressure. I genuinely think he'll score some goals. Whether you're going to be the guy to be the talisman, or if you've got to be a secondary option, I'm not sure. Because at this moment in time, what we've got, him who can play up front, Marino can go up front, Kai can go up front. Obviously, Jesus is back. I don't know which one I put my hat on. I'd still tend to believe in the bigger games, when Kai Havertz is fit, that will be the striker. Like, if we're playing City or Liverpool tomorrow, them guys are going to be up front for us. So, yeah.
Do you think Gyökeres improves Arsenal?
No, I wouldn't necessarily say improves. I don't think I've seen that quality yet. I do think he works his socks off. I do think he's linking up well with his teammates. I do think Arsenal I think Gyökeres has met Arsenal halfway in terms of what Arteta wants from a striker. I think we need to facilitate goals for him. We've got a striker that, I know he scored free kicks and whatnot in Portugal, but statistically, look at his heat map. His goals come inside the penalty box. Yeah. So if you're starving a limited striker of service, what really could we ask? And I genuinely believe if Gyökeres was at a couple of other teams in the Premier League and maybe a couple of our attackers full stop, you look at them differently. So I do think there's something for Arteta to change.
Yeah.
I'm backing him.
Fulham, we'll have him on loan next season.
Yeah,
about that.
And you know what? And the final thing I'll say on Gyökeres, I just think a lot of fans are aesthetic merchants, specifically at Arsenal. You're allowed to criticise him, but he's a bulldozer. He's a bit ugly. He's not really that beautiful forward. Jesus was that, but he couldn't score. I've not given up on Gyökeres yet. I will say, though, it looks like you might just be a squad player. We might need to dip in the market again.
Got 5 in 15, so he's like 1 in 3. It's not terrible, is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 1 in 2 is obviously a great scoring record. So, it wouldn't take much to change that, but it's just showing up in the big game.
Because when he comes there, Arsenal were in this situation where they're going enough. Yeah, they didn't really have a particularly long title challenge, did they, last season? But they still got the semi-final of the Champions League. And I'll take
that's when we needed Gyökeres.
Well, that's when we needed it. As I'm saying this, West Ham have had another chance. To be honest with you, Fulham are living pretty dangerously.
There was a header from Mateus Fernandes a few minutes ago from close range, which went wide. And this time, Ollie Scholes just floats in a long high ball to the back post. Kilman wins the header. And he comes back to Somerville from close range markers. The shot takes a block of a Fulham player and goes out wide. But it's in the last 10-15 minutes. It's been all West Ham.
Well, it has been, yeah. I mean, West Ham probably should be a goal up, you would think. I mean, the header was a great chance.
The Bowen chance to keep it save well.
Bowen's, forced Leno to make a couple of good saves. They're piling on the pressure. They know that this is as close to must-win as it can be after 17, 18 games of the season. This is a real chance for them because, as I say, I think Fulham. I do fancy Fulham to win this game, but by the odd goal perhaps. But from West Ham's point of view, they're obviously against Manchester City the other game. You're not expected to go and win there. But they've been so poor this season that these home games, what have they got? Fulham at home, and I think, is it Brighton next? Forgive me if that's wrong, but it's
another nice home game.
Go on, Sacks.
Yeah, and it's so it's a chance for West Ham to get a few points, really. And my goodness, they need them, because even if Leeds get a point tomorrow at Sunderland, you know what I mean? It piles the pressure on them so much. So West Ham look like they're fully aware of the situation. Of course they are, and they've been playing pretty well these last sort of 10 minutes. And as I say, on another day they'd be a goal up, but it's still 0-0.
Liverpool hit the bar against Wolves. Alexis McAllister had a shot from just outside the box, which I think Jose Sarr actually pushed it onto the bar. He's made a good save. Liverpool, of course, as you'd expect, dominating all the possession at Anfield, but and finding it difficult to break down a stubborn Wolves defence. So our bottom without a win, but are making life difficult for the opposition. There's also, Leo, are we calling it half a chance for Burnley and Broja? There was a kind of a flighted ball in from the left-hand side, and Broja did get his head on it, but just sort of got up a little bit too early, didn't he, and headed over.
Yeah, there's not a lot of quality in this game. I mean, not for want of trying. It's a pretty open match. I think you've just shown the stats there. Like in terms of the attempts on goal, there have been them, and it's open. But I don't change my opinion of what we said before this match. You can imagine it being a one goal either way. Diblin's been really good, probably the standout player this afternoon. Ball into the box have been good, but it's that same thing again, isn't it? If you're flying the ball into the box and Beto's on the end of it, then you're going to need a few of those to result in a goal. You're going to maybe need 3 or 4 of those.
You almost forgot about Tyler Dibling. I mean, there was so much talk, wasn't there, about him last season.
Honestly, he's been really good today.
And there's no Grealish, there's no Ndiaye, there's no Dewsbury Hall, so I'm fairly certain this will be his first Premier League start.
Going back to Gyökeres again, 1 in 3 in the Premier League, but 1 in 2 in the Champions League. He scored 2 in 4 starts, so it's like, it's not terrible, is it? He's getting I think he's getting a bad rap.
But it's the circumstance. It's the circumstance that Arsenal, again, we talk about them. They are challenging
ingredients in the cocktail.
Exactly, they're challenging for titles. They get to the semi-final of the Champions League last season, and actually, I think did better against PSG than maybe they got credit for. Obviously, they lose the game ultimately, but they had some chances. And you look at all that, and when they're playing those games, they've got Mikel Merino playing up front. And Merino himself said he'd never played up front before that season. And you think, how on earth have a side like Arsenal gone into a semi-final of a Champions League and other games, and they don't have a striker, obviously because of injury. But how is that club not equipped for that?
It was romantic against Real Madrid, and then against PSG, it came down to competence.
But therefore, CJ, when the transfer window opens, they have to buy a striker. And when you've got a side who are legitimately challenging for the Premier League and the Champions League, whoever they sign, and everyone's going to go, well, you've got to start brilliantly.
Because you're right,
at the races. Right. And of course, whoever they have signed, who realistically could they have signed? It was Osimhen, who it seems a bit of an odd one now. Šeško, I think they went. Gyökeres would have been a better option. You start saying the names. It's not like
I think in hindsight we should have went for Hugo Ekitike, but you're right. Whoever we signed, there would have been an element of scrutiny. I still think there's an attacking text that had to be with them. The one thing I would say with Gyökeres that I liked about him is something different. Clearly, my club liked Šeško because we was linked with him. I don't know if Berta coming in has kind of changed that, but Gyökeres is a different striker. He's not an Arteta striker on paper. Obviously, Gyökeres is not Haaland and Pep Guardiola. Sorry, Arteta is not Pep Guardiola. But you look at Pep, he had to change for Haaland. I thought that would have happened for Mikel Arteta. Obviously, my club would have benefited from that, but also the coaching philosophy. So I still think there's that. And obviously, the man never had a pre-season. It is the first half of this season in general. He's not the first nor the last to kind of been written off early doors.
Yeah.
But I do think in the last few weeks, he needs to force his own luck, because at some point you believed in your qualities to sign for this football club. And I know a lot of Arsenal fans sit there and go, oh yeah, Arteta wanted Šeško. That's great. Šeško isn't here. Gyökeres is.
By the way, Šeško's. I mean, if we're talking about new strikers coming in, Šeško's. I mean, two goals in 14. I think he's got. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, he's been invisible. I know he had a bit of. He had a knee injury for a few weeks, didn't he? But, But he hasn't showed. You look at what Mbeumo's gone in there, and he's their leading scorer. He's like second in the shots on target list in the Premier League. So I know he's already played in the Premier League and he's established, but Yeah, I think if you're ranking signings, strikers who were signed in the summer, then Šeško's well below Gyökeres for me.
Yeah, and obviously I know he's injured now, but Isak, I know it's been a bit crazy at Liverpool, but you can't just. You're not playing fantasy football.
Yeah.
You have to go into a team. There's a culture.
Don't just plug and play.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So but I take your points totally about Gyökeres. This is not an impassioned defence of the man in terms of what he's done already. I'm just saying it is still early days. That's the only thing Arsenal fans might be able to cling to.
Some are very harsh to him. Like, no one's above criticism, but to completely write off Gyökeres is crazy to me.
The only thing I was going to say, sorry, is what you said earlier, CJ, when I said, does he improve them, and you weren't sure. That has to be a yes fairly soon.
Because it's the goals. It's because, again, if I'm just talking about, respectfully to Gyökeres, if I'm just talking about how you work the channels, you drop deep, you bring other people into play, all the other guys can do that, so there's nothing that separates you. The one thing that gives me encouragement is the players say, and Arteta says it, we need to find Gyökeres sooner. There are times he's just interested in, boom, I'm off the last shoulder, we're not hitting him quick enough. And the one excuse I do give him, I don't believe we've gone up the gears that we need to in the final third. I piggyback off last season. I just think it's kind of new players, same issue. Now, granted, people have been injured, but many people would say we're arguably the greatest defensive side in Europe. We're decent in midfield. You probably wouldn't say that about our attackers, regardless of the statistics. So that is on the gaffer and the coaching staff to make it work.
A little bit handbrake on, it feels.
Exactly, yeah.
But you know what? Against Everton, it was only 1-0 and for Arsenal.
There was a reaction from the Wolves game.
Chance Everton.
That is... Thought the ball was going to run for Beto, but it was a really good last-ditch tackle. So we've got 10 minutes to go then until half-times in our 3 o'clock games. It's still Arsenal 1, Brighton 0. Arsenal have won each of their last 5 Premier League home games. Martin Odegaard giving them the lead. Kevin Schade gave Brentford the lead at home to Bournemouth. They're 1-up and are playing very, very well. Bournemouth have won just one of their last 15 away league games against Brentford. Still Burnley 0, Everton 0. A game of football lacking really any quality. Everton have won just 2 of their last 14 away Premier League games against newly promoted sides. Liverpool, Wolves is still goalless. Wolves at the moment doing a pretty good job of sitting deep and frustrating Liverpool. Only Aston Villa with 7 are currently on a longer unbeaten run in the Premier League than Liverpool. And no goals at the London Stadium, but plenty of chances. West Ham 0, Fulham 0. West Ham have lost all 5 of their Premier League games against fellow London sides this season. And Marcus, no goals, but it looks pretty end to end.
More up the Fulham end, to be honest with you. As I say, Fulham have had a couple of shots from range. Ariel have made quite a strange save from a long range hit from, I think it was Joachim Andersen, and the ball went away. So West Ham fans' hearts would have been in their mouths there. West Ham have equipped themselves pretty well, but those West Ham fans know that they are good for a rick, and that was an example where you can do all the hard work in the world and you can even create chances and maybe even score the odd goal. If you're going to be really leaky in defence, then it will count for very, very little. Exactly. So West Ham on top will feel that they probably should be a goal ahead. As I'm saying, this lovely ball it's dealt with. Fulham probably happy not to be behind, but know that there's a lot of time in this game and chances should start appearing, particularly in the second half.
10 points in 12 games for Nuno, by the way. 10 points in 12 games. It's unbelievable.
Or however way you slice it.
Yeah.
Celtic are in front away at Livingston 2, Celtic 3. They were 1 down, they were 2-1 down. They now find themselves 3-2 up.
Martin O'Neill's on the phone.
Martin O'Neill's thinking, I'll see you Monday morning, Talk Sport. Maybe the following Monday. I won't be. That was half a chance. Ever Arsenal, CJ, cross down the left-hand side.
Yeah, Sam, we've done well. I mean, that's a great ball from Rice. Is that going to come to anything unlucky? No. We've made some great.
Brighton had a sniff going forward.
No. They had a corner. That was about it. We broke very well. We've we've really had a lot of chances. We just need to convert them and put some more daylight between the sides. Everybody here knows that 1-0, there's still a bit of hope. There's still a bit of optimism. I don't want that. I want a bit of I've never subscribed to it, but I do want a bit of a statement in reaction to City obviously winning earlier.
Yeah, it bodes well that Brighton haven't had a sniff. But as you say...
Yeah, but 1-0.
It only takes a second.
Exactly.
It's a strange-looking Brighton team, though, because there's no Danny Welbeck in it. Minter's on the bench as well.
Welbeck's on the bench.
Welbeck's on the bench. Minter's on the bench. Mitoma's injured. You have to say probably Minter and Welbeck have been two of their
Yeah, Welbeck wasn't even in the squad. I think he was injured last week. In the squad last week, so I think he's coming back. So since everyone was talking about him being in the England squad for the World Cup, he's gone. Yeah. His form's gone down a bit now. It's obviously Dominic Calvert-Lewin's turn to have all that attention, isn't it?
Your man.
So whoever's scoring goals at any point this year gets the attention.
Well, I tell you, Brighton might be in the market for a striker in January in a few weeks' time. There was even very tentative talk that Ferguson might come back from his loan at Roma.
Everton, as another team who are desperate for a good striker who can score double figures.
It's just a striker market. It's not what it used to
all be. About the strikers, isn't it? This is what happens when people say, our strikers are obsolete and so on. There's a generation without them.
But with Everton, though, they have got the style of play with the wingers, obviously, when they're both playing, that would suit a target man up front. It's just that Beto isn't good enough at the moment, and Barry's a bit better, but not quite. Yeah. I mean, it's whether that's someone like Strand Larsen, for instance, who has shown that he can score double figures, mid-teens. He's the sort of player I think could fit into an Everton. Inside.
Oh, of course he could.
Slotting effortlessly.
I mean, really, come the summer,
he's not going to spend 45 million on him.
Well, in the stats there, but both sides will be targeting this game for a victory. It will be more damning for West Ham if they lose, but you would think that there's a goal or two in the second half. Which way it'll go, we shall see.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at Fulham. You've only drawn one game away from home, and you've only failed to score in 2 games away from home this season. So you'd expect them to get a goal, wouldn't you? It's like, yeah. I mean, you've had quite a few, like 3-2s, and I think 2 of the games that you lost were the ones that you didn't score in. Obviously, I think you lost 4 altogether. But yeah, I expect Fulham to score in this game. It's whether I just thought West Ham would probably score.
If Fulham had Iwobi and Chukwueze on the pitch, I would be a bit more comfortable. And I know that's crazy to think of just 2 players, one of which is as a loan signing who has not that long been in the starting lineup. But he's really, really taken to it. But Iwobi is a really crucial player for Fulham, so they do miss him a little bit. But as I say, they've got enough on the pitch to do something. Smith Rowe's been better in recent weeks. He's been, I thought. I'd get a little cheer from the Arsenal fan there.
Emmanuel, to be fair, picked them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Brentford again. On the attack.
I mentioned I was literally about to say, I mentioned how poor Bournemouth were in that first half.
They really have.
The manager agrees. He has made 3 substitutions. Brooks come on for Diakite. Evan Nilsson's come on for Smith. And Kluivert's come on for Krupi. So attacking substitutions. I'm quite surprised that Kluivert and Evan Nilsson didn't start the game, but they can't be as bad in this second half, can they, as they were in that first half?
No, absolutely.
They were awful.
Yeah, and Kluivert obviously had a good start to the season. I think he picked up a groin injury. Only he missed a game, to be fair, but then since then hasn't really been on it. Remember, last season he scored 12 goals in the Premier League. He's only got 1 so far this time round. But his teammates have taken the kind of the headlines, haven't they? Like the likes of Krupi, Evan Nielsen, Semenyo as well. But yeah, but being able to, the thing is, like for Bournemouth, being able to bring Cliver and Evan Nielsen on at half time,
it's not bad.
It's strong, isn't it?
For a team that are 15th in the Premier League, they're quite good players to be able to bring off the bench, aren't they?
Yeah, like I said, I don't worry about Bournemouth in terms of relegation. I mean, clearly they've got to start winning games. You know, you can say that, and then you find yourself having.
Marcus, there was talk this season with, it was only 2 months ago, people talking about Areola being the next this, the next that. People say maybe they could be playing in Europe this season. Why do you think there has been that drop-off this season?
Well, I mean, they started well. I think that perhaps they've been a little bit too predictable in maybe recent weeks. Semenyo's form sort of dropping off. I mean, he was playing like absolutely man-possessed at the start of the season. It wasn't ridiculous to think for about a 2-month period, he was probably the best player in the league.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was magnificent, wasn't he? And that's why he will at some point go to...
In January, be at City, won't
Well, it could be a matter of weeks, could be a matter of months, whichever it is.
Could actually be next week.
Yeah, indeed it could.
Done right now.
Yeah, right enough. He will... I mean, the clubs are in for him. You're talking Liverpool and Man City. So that speaks for itself. I think the defensive struggles that they have this season are beginning to show. In fact, they're not beginning to show, they are showing. They obviously, as I say, that was where they lost players in the summer. And I think maybe they kind of thought, right, I can tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to go at teams and try and sort of almost a bit of shock and awe or something. I don't know. And yeah, recently they've had a bit of a blip. But again, I know it's ridiculous to say this deep into December, but for certain areas of the table and for certain teams, it is still early days.
100%.
You know, Bournemouth are a kind of a mid-table Premier League side. I know last season there was a little bit of excitement in terms of them potentially finishing in the European places. They kind of dropped off, and it was a very impressive season, no doubt. And they gave us all a bit of entertainment and whatnot, and they were great credit to themselves. But they finished, in the Wolves scored. My goodness!
Wow, there's
something for the
Liverpool both teams to score.
Well, absolutely.
Just need Brighton to score with Arsenal winning now. That'd be a nice one. Just on while we wait for that goal to come back round. On Bournemouth as well, and Brighton are on the attack again. Bournemouth have started the half pretty well, and Sharda's got his second. That's Brentford 3, Bournemouth 0. I was just about to say about...
Yeah, messy for Bournemouth, by the way.
I was just about to say about Bournemouth. But when they started the season, they had that defeat to Liverpool, but they played really well. I think they went, was it 1 defeat in 9 in the Premier League? And then since then, they've had one... They played City, they played Villa away and City away back-to-back and got beat heavily in both 4-0, 3-1.
Yeah, and that can happen, right?
And then since then, it's like they lost. They lost 3-2 at Sunderland, very difficult place to go. They lost at home to Everton, which is a poor result. 4-4 at Old Trafford and 1-1 against Burnley at home. So they've just lost confidence, I think.
So the Wolves' goal, it was a corner kick. Arakadare, the centre forward, wins the header. Alisson makes the save. Then it's the defender Bueno that's there from close range to slot.
Yes! Sorry.
No, CJ, over to you.
Home goals
Take it
back.
away. What's
It
happened?
wouldn't be an Arsenal game in the Premier League recently if we didn't see an own goal. Declan Rice's delivery hasn't been the best today. On that occasion, it was. He's put in a dangerous ball. And I think Gotta's headed it, or whatever his name is, Rutter, apologies. Rutter, apologies, has headed it into the back of his own net. It was crazy. This is why you don't want strikers defending. Declan twice, what a player. He can play right back. He can set up stuff. He's
quality.
Best in the world,
You just
mate.
know wherever you put him on the pitch, he'll give you a proper Gerrard-style performance.
And do you know,
Facts.
Take him anywhere.
yeah, it's a sort of a vintage Arsenal corner where Declan Rice whips it in with real pace. The Arsenal defenders all start from the back post. It's actually, I'd say it's probably not. Oh, it does come in with pace, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Rucha just maybe gets up.
It's a
little
nonchalant
bit too
flick at
late.
it. That's
And
why
he
you
just-
don't want
yeah.
strikers there.
Yeah, and he just helps it past the goalkeeper, and Arsenal once again score from a corner. And if there was any nerves about possibly Minter coming on, that's a big
Do
goal.
you know what?
isn't it?
Just before we got that goal, I actually think Brighton is... Ooh, have you scored?
Sorry, no,
Oh, go on.
the ball opened up for Somerville.
Oh, I thought you
and
saw
I
it go.
thought,
I don't want to miss this.
I thought from the angle we were looking at, Marcus, he was just bend that ball into the far corner.
I'll tell you what.
It was a blocked away.
Fulham have actually started the second half pretty well. They might have scored there, and it was a refereeing decision which I personally disagreed with. And so did Harry Wilson. I think he got booked for kind of protesting. But Fulham have started better. This is what I wanted to see from them. They're very much on the front foot. Hey, look, we've got a couple of goals, though.
Yeah.
Second half, come on.
Still waiting for your boys.
That's what 3 goals.
Yeah. All eyes on Fulham. Wilson's got to be careful. He's protesting about something. Don't get yourself sent off, Harry. You're not that type of player.
That's what 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes of confirmation. Wolves have it.
Yeah.
There was a VAR check for an offside, but confirmation Wolves have pulled one back. In came the corner. Arika Dore gets up well to connect first with the header. Alisson saves. Bueno scores. Brentford have got another goal home to Bournemouth. Brentford 3, Bournemouth 0. Kevin Schade carrying the ball. Igor Thiago finding Yarmouk on the right-hand side. And then the Ukrainian puts the ball across the face of goal. Schade carries on his run, times it to perfection, and really, really nice instinctive finish. And Arsenal have got that second goal against Brighton. Declan Rice whipping in a corner. Ruter at the far post got his head on it. All he could do there was head the ball into the back of his own net. So it's Arsenal 2, Brighton 0, Burnley 0, Everton 0, Liverpool 2, Wolves 1, Brentford 3, Bournemouth 0, West Ham 0, Fulham 0, and you still don't seem too relaxed.
No. Brighton almost had a chance. It fell to one of their players on the edge of the area. He strikes that properly. It's a different kind of game. I'm happy now. We got 2 goals. I'm cool.
Burnley, what are you doing? I'm neutral in this game, but
No,
you want it when you see someone with a
Yeah, I know.
hit it. Burnley have Josh Cullen's just gone off, by the way. He was captain, I think. It looks like Kyle Walker was putting the armband on, so presumably Cullen was. Florentino's come on for him, but it's an injury, by the way.
We both made the same sound at the same time because it was a beautiful ball that was stood up to the back post. I think it might have been Marcus Edwards, who had so much space, so much time, and you just think, take it down, get a shot away.
Sam, there's nothing more frustrating in football when a player has the chance to shoot and does not get the shot away.
Yeah.
Because if you hit it and it goes over the bar, you've had a go, and you know. The most frustrating thing is never knowing. You never know.
Buy a raffle ticket.
He just didn't do anything with it. He almost tried to like side foot the ball back out, and it goes to absolutely nowhere. And that's where they
nothing.
Is there confidence thing? They're lacking some conviction here. Ghost, I think it's Marcus Edwards. Probably if it's not. I think that's him. And it's just it's a bit of a nothing, is it? Really, it's not really a shot. It's not really a cross. It's not really a pass. And yeah, that remains. Burnley 0, Everton 0, and yeah, it's just simply not good enough yet.
He saw something else.
Well, I don't know what he saw.
Trossard's come off.
You know, one of the most annoying things about the modern game is the play acting or going down when you're a little bit hurt, but going down and writhing around in pain. I can't stand it. And one of the players who does it a lot,
go on, name names.
who is an absolute unit and plays for your team.
My team.
Canate
goes down.
He
like
Canate
goes down like.
As soon as you said that,
absolute unit, isn't he? And he goes down like.
Canate,
it's unbelievable. He's play acting.
I had noticed that
for a big centre back.
He's trying to prepare himself for life in La Liga, isn't he? Or is Real Madrid not interested anymore?
He always has like a scream on his face, like
Yeah. I as soon as you started saying that, I thought, I know where you're going with this.
I should have left it open for a guess. I thought it would be a.
No, I was there straight away. I was there straight with you.
I didn't know.
You wait now.
I missed that.
You
one.
defend your boys any.
No, if anything, I'm advocating.
See it.
You got to be sensible. You got to be streetwise, right?
Yeah.
What I do.
You know, sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got to tell. Look at your boys. You know,
there's only one. It's only Marino. It's only Marino.
Who?
Love it. Marino's the R1 that goes down very easily.
Where did he learn that?
He's crazy in the middle of the park.
Yeah. Well, isn't it David Raya that goes down, and then
He's a goalie. He has to go
and then
down.
then you will go over to Mikel Arteta and have that sort of like 2-minute team talk mid-game, no?
Oh yeah, there's a bit of that going on.
I'm not saying you're the only team that does it, by the way.
No,
It's part
I
of
love David
football,
Raya for that.
isn't it?
I love all the Spanish players in our team for that. And Capier started to show little signs of doing that as well. Nice guys finish last. You got to be like that. Perez and Henry used to do all the time. Got to be nasty sometimes.
Yeah.
Salah loves to go. Salah does it. Salah's another one.
Of course.
All the best players do it.
I mean, to be fair, if you start pointing the fingers,
Chance Burnley.
Oh,
it's offside.
I was gonna say if you start pointing the fingers at players diving, it ends up being
guilty.
It ends up being the final scene in Reservoir Dogs. Everyone's got their guns pointed at everybody.
Everyone's guilty, man. The game is the game.
Should we just say we're all as bad as each other?
Yeah, we are.
And move on?
Yeah. That's fair.
Lee, who do you think's worse though? We could.
Arsenal, surely, come on.
Is that right? There's a campaign of hate.
Is there a bit of Housery at Grimsby, or is it all right?
Yeah, we needed more yesterday.
You can't be diving at that level.
Yeah, we're 16th now in League Two.
Oh man,
That Man United win is seems a long way away now.
Yeah.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
This season?
It's like,
August, it does seem a while, doesn't it?
It's like, you know, when you live off that glory for a while and then you find you look at the league table, you're like 16th in League Two.
Yeah. Wow. Not good.
Blimey, all right.
Long way to go. A lot of football.
Lot of football.
Sam,
What's all of that from Van Hecke again?
Well, you know-
send him off.
Not very good, Mark. Were you asking about Liverpool?
I was going to say
we're
that
making hard work of this.
this is. I mean, Liverpool have obviously stopped the rot, haven't they? They for some time because of you look at the results and so on. But they're still not convincing, and I think this is Liverpool this season. Which, to be honest with you, if you remember life under Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, if Liverpool were to finish 4th or 5th, it's not that outrageous. Remember, Klopp, there was a few seasons where there wasn't a title challenge, was there? So, you know, again, we expect everybody to emulate Pep's Man City at their peak, you know, when they've won a league title. They're going to go again and again and again. Having said all this, 2-0 up at half-time against Wolves, who have not really shown much in this game, and I appreciate now Liverpool are on top and they're, you know, again, trying to let their dominance and quality kind of come through here. But 2-1... you might have a few nerves creeping in if you don't get the third goal.
If it wasn't Wolves, I'd subscribe to
No,
it.
no. I think it is nerves. In the second half, Wolves got the goal. And Wolves have put pressure on, certainly from set pieces, putting the ball in the box. I've used the word control markers a lot on this show.
Well, Liverpool have not got control, have they?
100%. It feels like
Which teams do have control in the Premier League?
City were like that earlier on.
Arsenal at times.
Yeah. City were like that.
Man,
earlier on.
You know what? I know.
City have kind of lost it.
Yeah, I don't think they're not
think
the way they used to.
But you
Maybe
know,
nobody,
but certainly in a game like this, though, Liverpool home to Wolves, you expect it to be quite
Plain
simple,
sailing
to be quite
somewhat.
plain sailing, to dominate possession,
Sure.
not let it all. But it feels as if even a team like Wolves have just got the ability to be able to play through us, be able to cause us problems, high balls into
Yeah.
the box.
Yeah.
Someone like a Canate, who was so good last season, struggles to deal with them. Look, you'd imagine we're going to win this game and have a little bit too much quality.
Yeah, another
But even,
couple
you know, the
goals,
unbeaten run there with draws near against
yeah.
Sunderland, draws near against Leeds.
Yep.
But even some of the lesser teams,
Yes.
we're making hard work of it. The best one was probably Inter Milan away, and that was the first
Oh,
game.
unlucky Jokeres.
That was the first game. They went to the diamond formation.
Quite a
and we looked-
fortuitous situation, penalty given. But
Sure,
fair, but for Inter's always a hard
But I
place
mean,
to
that
go.
was the best performance, certainly in terms of out of possession.
Yeah.
It was a little more solid, a little more compact. But I certainly think from an offensive point of view, we just don't seem to have that kind of.
But you know what?
Oh, McAllister there played.
But when
really-
you're saying that about Inter, totally get that. The onus was on Inter to attack, though, and Inter are a decent side, even though they didn't show that much in this game. It's against the poorer sides where Liverpool are meant to attack, and therefore they sort of the gaps appear at the back, and teams have been exploiting that. And I just again the results have changed a bit, but not a huge amount.
if we win this game, we're fourth in the Premier League table, which almost doesn't feel, given that we lost 9 in 12 games in all competitions, feels like we should be lower, right?
Yeah, but do you know what though? That's what I think a lot of our focus has been.
Bang it, Saka. Oh,
You know, a lot of our focus has been on, well, how come Liverpool? I don't get it, and we're trying to find the reasons, and we look at the Salah situation, and you look at Wirtz, and you look at the manager, and all this, and you look at Arsenal and think, well, Arsenal are not quite convincing me, and whatnot. I don't have a chance for Lukic there. Man City again was actually sit back and enjoy it, because there isn't a team who are massively dominated.
Facts.
When Arsenal turn up, okay, more likely they're going to win, but you can still get at them a bit.
You
When
definitely
Man
can.
City turn up, you can have again. Look, Forest fans will be going, do you know what? Another day we might have got a point or something. It's a really interesting season in the Premier League. It's a really intriguing season. No one's going to be perfect this season who are going to win the title for the first time in a while. The relegation scrap. Well, look how well Sunderland have equipped themselves in the Premier League. Look how well Leeds are doing of late. You know, the idea of 3 up and then 3 come back down. I don't think that's not going to. Sunderland are going to get relegated.
No,
this
not
season.
of course.
So that's been smashed as well. Is it absolutely intriguing? And the idea of top 4 or Europa League places. So this
Nothing's
season so
decided
far.
Why
has
is
been
this
brilliant.
happening? Is it simple case of the lesser teams are just continuously getting stronger and stronger,
Possibly.
and therefore making it
Systemic
harder for the
football.
better teams?
Well, or it just could be the law of averages. You know, whatever it is, I'm really enjoying it. You know, because
what a save by the goalkeeper!
Oh, my
Sorry.
goodness.
I thought Beto was going to score.
I thought I missed the screen.
Barry's about to come on for Beto. But Beto probably. Oh, and a chance for West Ham. Leno manages to push
rid
away
of
the
it,
ball.
lads, get
It gets
rid of it.
pushed away. They cross the face of goal. It's Dwight McNeil back at Burnley. And then the ball gets whipped across the face of goal. And to be fair there
Unlucky
to
to be
Beto,
honest, yeah.
it's a lovely flick, isn't it? Round
Unlucky
the
to be
corner.
fair to him,
And the
it is
goalkeeper Dubravka has to do really well to get down low to his right-hand side. But he keeps the ball out. But that was the best chance of that game there. Remains Burnley.
Also having a-
Oh, no, what a chance
Oh,
for Bowen.
my goodness.
How's Bowen not scored? Is that Magarsa who gets to the byline for West Ham, pulls the ball back across the face of goal, and Jared Bowen, singing his praises all game,
He should score.
is literally a couple of yards out.
Look
and
at him.
He just doesn't get anywhere near enough good connection on it.
He can't believe
And
he's missed.
Fulham here are hanging on a little bit, Marcus, aren't
Well,
they?
West Ham have
It's
sort
not
of
a chance.
turned the
It's just-
screw here. I mean,
It's an open game though. Fulham have had the chances as well, haven't they?
Fulham, yeah. Well, I was saying Fulham have been a little bit better in this second half, but West Ham in the last few minutes have kind of come back into it. It's a bit more end to end.
Giving it a
How did Bowen not score there? A couple of
but-
yards out. He's got
well,
It's a bit more difficult than you're making up, but he should be bagging some. He should.
Well, I
be.
mean,
possibly,
look at
but he
his-
should.
look at the
he should be
man's
scoring.
reaction.
I think it comes to him quicker than maybe I
he should
thought
be
it did.
scoring.
From a couple
No,
of
he should
yards
be
out, you'd
scoring.
expect him to sort of
Yeah,
shoot
you would.
out.
If there's anyone you
direct
back
that goal.
Bowen in that, that's cash money.
You would.
Unfortunately, it weren't then.
I mean, I tell you what, West Ham they brought on was it Brighton.
You need to switch on. You need to switch
Well,
on.
that 22
You
on.
need
Gomez
to
has
switch
scored
on.
at the Emirates Stadium. This
been
game is
allergic to
not
clean
over
sheets
yet.
recently,
63
man.
minutes gone.
Gone to
Arsenal 2,
sleep.
Brighton 1. There was a shot
Blimey.
from distance,
Gone to
25
sleep.
yards out, which came thundering off the post. And Gomez in the right place at the right time. First time shot into
Come
the
on,
back of the
boys.
net. CJ, this is well and truly game on.
Game on, like you said. That this is why I wanted more goals, because now it becomes the dangerous scoreline, which is 2-1. Credit to the Brighton lad for reacting well. That's the worst thing we've done today. Like what are we doing? We're not following runners. It's a cheap goal, man. Bit of fortune how it's
Brighton have
come
had
to the
nothing.
post, but-
They've
Yeah.
had nothing, and now it's 2-1.
But this is why you take your chances.
Totally, yeah.
Because now it's a nervy one, and anyone that goes to the Emirates, you could probably hear a pin drop right now. We're a
Yep.
bit nervous.
Yep.
I think we're getting a bit open in midfield. Arteta, I need to see all the hand signs now. I'm nervous. I'm very, very nervous.
It's not what you want, is it?
Not what you want.
Oh,
I still
dear.
back us, but
Well, I tell you what, they need a quick response here, like they did against Wolves.
because Gyökeres
Another own goal will do you.
Because Gyökeres hit the post just before that, like a few moments before that, and I always think about those moments. Is that where the game goes kind of left? As an Arsenal fan, you're starting to do the maths. Oh, City obviously won. What is this going to mean for the table? Come home with my 3 points.
This West Ham Fulham game, by the way,
It's mad, isn't it?
I'm dipping in and out of it.
Yeah,
But for a 0-0, it feels like one of the more fun 0-0 games I've seen so far this
Well,
season.
both and Burnley, Burnley Everton isn't a terrible
Second
game. By
half
the way.
better,
yeah,
second
it's
half.
like much more. It's open.
Yeah, but do you know what though? So we've seen the goals going in. I mean, it's
Boys,
here come Brighton again.
Minter, Ruter,
It's a
chance! Oh,
Arteta.
hit it
again.
Arteta, we need the changes now.
Flipping Nora.
Let's just go free at the back, man.
That's
A
it.
couple of sort of shots from outside the box, which took a block, another deflection, another shot, another
Midfield
block.
is too open.
But yeah, Brighton got possession now, and just for I think Marcus, you were right. I think up until that goal,
Yeah, there was
they've been
nothing.
pretty useless, Brighton.
Well, you show how goals change games, and my goodness, it's Brighton now. They're in the ascendancy.
Put a battery in your pack, like they're on
do,
it now.
do you know what? I think it helps Arsenal that there's probably about 25 and 30 minutes
No,
to go.
don't help me.
No, the reason why I think that's helpful is because there's plenty of time to respond if Brighton
Right,
get the second. I think if this is 5-10 minutes to go, then the dynamic is Arsenal just sit in there and try and see it out, and that's when it can get a bit dangerous.
This is why
They need to weather this storm for the next few minutes or whatever it is, and they should come out. But look, the goals are going in. This is all across the Premier League, much more exciting
I think we need to
than
relax a bit as well.
well, they do that as well. But yeah, if I may turn the attention back to the London Stadium, if there is a team who wins this game, whoever loses this game will be pig sick, because this game there are
It's so open
sloppy
now.
passes, there are a little bit of lack of quality in the final third. Now West Ham brought on Callum Wilson about 10 minutes ago, which shows you they think that the game is there for the taking, and it is. But it's the same for either side. Fulham, I think they've yet to make a change. And here you go, Bryce. I'm talking about that now. Josh King is about to come on.
little
Who
player he is.
I think he's an excellent player. Great on the toe. Lovely sort of, if you like, 360-degree player.
To be fair, so is Kevin. Haven't seen much of him today, but no.
Kevin's been a bit snuffed out. I think he's still raw, so I think that makes sense bringing King on. He'll probably go central. Emile Smith-Rowe will go out wide.
Yeah,
I tell you,
Wilson had a shot there from close range, but just went other side of the post.
Coming on a bit, I mean, Bournemouth are 3-0 down, so you got to have a go. I mean,
well, indeed they do.
It's you're just waiting for Brentford to nick down the other end and score another fourth. But yeah, Bournemouth. We said both to score in this game. I think Bournemouth should score. I mean, the quality.
Oh my goodness, they should have scored there. Blimey, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
How are they? Not on the score sheet. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, again, briefly back to West Ham Fulham. I would actually fancy, with the game being so open as it is and end to end. I know people are always, bemoan his end product, but and a player who West Ham are looking to sign in January, I think Fulham should bring on Adama Traore, the guy who would your total outlet to stretch the play. And
your blind alleys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as long as he waits for someone to catch up with him and then he can lay it off to them, that'll be it. But the game is very open. Ooh. There's Callum Wilson's in here.
Callum Wilson in for West Ham. Can he get shot away? He can.
That is so unlucky.
He's unlucky there. He's unlucky.
He didn't have the pace, did he?
No.
He probably wanted to carry the ball a bit further towards goal.
Totally. But that's going to happen more. And Marco Silva has to make, I would say, one or two more changes, because in this game, I think West Ham are the more likely to score. I think Fulham, West Ham are getting it up the pitch a bit quicker. And as I say, with both teams end to end, there's a lot of room now. And when there's a lot of room, a player like Adama Traore can come on and exploit that. Again, I know he's not the best finisher in the world, but actually that outlet and to be able to drive you up the pitch and gives the opposition defence something to think about. So that would be a nice little, if indeed he does go to West Ham in January, maybe last thing he does in a Fulham shirt, come on and change the game for Fulham at West Ham.
The Wilson double, by the way, is possible now.
Still on both on the pitch?
It's unlikely, but it's possible.
Could happen.
50-1.
Okay, it can happen.
The Wilson double. This is from, I was looking to see if two Wilsons had ever scored in the same game together. And Callum Wilson and Harry Wilson both did score in a game in 2020.
Oh, did they?
January 2020. Wow. I was hoping for like a Wilson Palacios or something.
Yeah, okay.
We were going to do.
Yeah, I like
how many Wilsons? How many Wilsons can you name in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Maybe if we get to 5:15, we can.
It's too much going on for that sort of.
One thing certain is we've got an exciting final 20 minutes then to go. I'll just bring you up to date with the latest that's going on. Arsenal are leading Brighton by 2 goals to 1. They did they doubled their lead early in the second half, route to scoring an own goal. Gomez has pulled one back for Brighton. Looks like Gabriel Magalhaes is set to make his return for Arsenal and come on off the bench. Brentford are now 3 up at home to Bournemouth in the Premier League. Kevin Schade scoring early on in the second half. Bournemouth have had a couple of opportunities. They made 3 changes at half-time as they try and get themselves back into this game. It's still Burnley 0, Everton 0. Both sides were having chances in the second period. The best chance of Burnley fell to Marcus Edwards. Beto had a good flick for Everton, which just went wide. Liverpool 2, Wolves 1. Wolves pulled a goal back right at the start of the second half and are hanging in there and making life difficult for Liverpool. We've took off Federico Chiesa and brought on Conor Bradley, and it is still goalless at the London Stadium. West Ham 0, Fulham 0.
Yeah, Barry's on for Beto, just made the change. Roll on for Alcaraz for Everton as well. So a couple of subs making way. See if they can get a breakthrough here, but it's much more open. Still looks like a 0-0 at the moment, but again, you wouldn't be surprised if someone does get a late winner here. It's just the quality, and we probably said that Barry is slightly better quality than Beto, so. Let's see if Everton can break through.
Is this a bad day for the bookie so far? City, Arsenal, Liverpool all winning.
If they all win, if they all win, it's bad. Yeah, I mean the difference between the Arsenal, Liverpool, City win treble was like about 17-10, so under 2-1, plenty under 2-1. The both teams to score win treble was 20-1. So it just shows you the difference between those kind of how that can change. But yeah, it wouldn't be good.
Can I just say that Gabriel has just come on for Arsenal. Never have I seen a fan base be so excited about having a centre half coming on with 20 minutes to go.
I'm buzzing, man. It's written in the stars. He scores.
That is huge.
And you know what, Marcus? The way the game's gone, I need my best defenders on the pitch to see out the game. I'm happy for Magalhaes. Like he's had two big injuries this year as well. Like,
Yes.
It's crazy. Apparently, Kai Havertz is close to being back fit. We need our players.
But I mean, what is such an important player? But yeah, so talismanic for Arsenal. It just a centre half to have that sort of, I don't know, not status, but that it's the goal scoring, it's the defending. Chance for West Ham again.
Jared Bowen's literally carried the ball.
He was getting nibbled out,
and he carries it. He carries it. Such good close ball control, good balance. He carries it such a long way. He picks out Wilson on the right-hand side, and his first-time shot from just inside the box goes over. But it feels like it's Jared Bowen v Fulham here, pretty much, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I understand
Great
Wilson.
ball.
Look, at the end of the day, he has a chance to shoot at goal from inside the box, and he skied it. He's got to do better. For West Ham, those chances have got to go in. Again, as a Fulham fan, I'm delighted he's missed. But this game, if West Ham, I think even if they draw this game, it ends 0-0 or 1-1, I think they'll be a touch disappointed. If Fulham can find a way to win this, it will be such a demoralising result. If they can win it, though, West Ham, my goodness, it's a late Christmas present for them. But the game is there for the taking. As I say, there's a lot of gaps appearing. There's mistakes that
It's finished.
Oh, what ball?
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Got to do better than that.
That was a lovely ball. Was that Trossard who
Trossard was involved. Jesus has kind of made his own block in this. Trossard's been very good today, man. That was actually Mikel Merino who delivered. Merino's been all right.
That's where you want Gyökeres to be.
That's where
in that 6-yard box to make that run. And
them chances only happen when Gyökeres is off the pitch.
yeah, sure. Yeah, that's where you want to send it forward to, because that'd be a tap in for Haaland, wouldn't it?
But I understand why Gyökeres came off. He looked knackered. He has done, like we were speaking about when we had our segment, he has done all the other facets of a forward. We just need goals. I'm happy to kind of going back to what Marcus said. I'm happy to see Magalhaes back. Like, I think us Arsenal fans, we have this discussion a lot. Who would we miss more, Saliba or Gabriel Magalhaes? I think when you're trying to fight for a title, we miss Gabriel Magalhaes a lot more.
Yeah.
He's the guy he's like the big brother. He's the one. Anyone that's played Sunday League is the guy that talks and makes sure
you fear him. If you're an opposition player, you fear him.
And he keeps everybody's cool heads. Like, we really have missed him.
Arsenal 2, Brighton 1, Burnley 0, Everton 0, Brentford 3, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2, Wolves 1. Goodness me. If that remains 2-1 going into the final 5-10 minutes, it's going to be nervy times at Anfield. Still West Ham 0, Fulham 0. Danny Welbeck looks set to come on.
The stars, I said.
It's that time, isn't it? The last 15 minutes.
I need a third.
With the groans and the moans from the microphone.
I need a third.
You can't beat it.
The noises during the City game were mainly like purring about Foden,
Turkey, really,
Foden just chesting it down in front of the defence and like wandering away with it. And Turkey doing stuff, but yeah, Brun Larsen's just gone off, and Jadon Anthony on for Burnley. They're obviously going to have a go at this and try and win the game.
If I'm Burnley and West Ham in this situation,
yeah, it's there for you. It's there for you.
You've got to gamble and try and get the 3 points. They're in the bottom three.
Absolutely
a bit of a gap is coming.
Wolves as well.
They're both playing well. They've had chances. I think you've got to look and try and grab this game by the scruff of the neck and win the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, but you look at the West Ham bench. I mean, they brought Wilson on. They've not got a lot to bring on. I mean, I think Souček sometimes gets the odd goal, but he feels like the type of player you bring on if you're chasing the game and you need a draw kind of thing.
It gives you that different option at least, I guess, whipping balls into the box.
The way the game's going, though, there is an argument.
Nice, man.
The way the game's going, though, if you're Nuno, I think your temptation is, and I think Silva looks like he's the same of. Let's see what's happened. Let's see what happens here. A point isn't a disastrous result for Fulham.
No, not for Fulham.
You'd be slightly disappointed because West Ham
You're playing second, third, bottom.
No, of course.
I know you're away, but surely you want your teammate to try and win this game.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But you're right saying you're playing the second bottom, but you're also 76, 77 minutes into the game, and on another day, Semenyo scored.
Yeah, well, how many more goals is Semenyo going to score for Brentford? They were absolutely woeful in the first half. They made 3 changes at half-time. They've been better since Brentford scored that third goal early in the second half. Is there possibly a late comeback on for Bournemouth? Antoine Semenyo has scored for Bournemouth. That's 3 in a row now for him after he had a little lean spell after starting the season. Also, Harry Wilson chance. Areola fumbles it, and that's really good defending there. So Brentford 3, Bournemouth 1. The play comes from down the right-hand side. Good play there. Good, strong drive into the box. Brentford want a foul. And then the shot comes in, and then Semenyo from close range. Back heel finish into the back of the net.
Oh, my days. Raya, thank the Lord for you. Arteta, we need subs. Legs are tired. David Raya, you've just earned your dinner tonight. You've saved us. Absolutely saved us. How you've kept that out by Minte, I don't know. It's great play from Brighton.
What a save!
Brighton, please.
Minter with
Unbelievable save.
Tries to pick out the far corner, and Raya flings himself to his right. That's a genuine world-class
That almost
save.
brought me to tears.
That is such a good save. But this is it, though. Why are Arsenal in this situation?
We make it hard for ourselves for no reason. Finish your dinner in the first half.
I mean, yeah, you think of the
And
chances.
look, ref, are you looking at what they're doing to Raya?
Yeah.
Oh, my days.
Oh, a chance for Brighton.
Raya.
It's over the bar.
From the corner, Vifa does get his header on the corner. From close range. He heads the ball over, and goodness me, he should score there. He's literally 2 yards out.
He should.
2 yards out, and Wolves had a really good chance.
I think. Oh no, it was defended. There was
Nkape's head.
Nkape got in the
Well,
way.
they never got the corner. I didn't see it.
I tell you what, this is why this. I'm, sorry, CJ, to say this, but this is why this season is so intriguing. Arsenal, obviously, well, they're currently second. If they win this, they'll be top of the league. They're playing at home to Brighton, 2-0 up, should have been 3 or 4 up. And now look, last 13 minutes of the game.
We saw this against Crystal Palace in the League Cup.
Just produced his Gordon Banks stuff. That is blind.
Ryan shouldn't have no highlights today. Thank the Lord he saved that, but we're making things harder than it needs to be. This is where I need Arteta to get some fresh legs on. Players look knackered now.
But who does he bring on then?
Martinelli, man. Kind of what you said with Adama Traore. Just be a Duracell back and just run up and down that wings. I don't even care if there's any end product. Just give them something to think about.
I'm duty bound to say he's obviously a lot better than Adama Traore, but I know that's not the point you were making.
Right. I just need Martinelli.
West Ham are not signing Martinelli next month.
A part of me wants to. I don't even know if Norgard's on the bench. A part of me wants to go for him. I can't see that happening. I just think we need fresh legs. This is why I want another midfielder in January. I just think we need something else in the middle of the park in games like this.
Yeah, I tell you what, Everton
so close.
They're turning the screw.
It's all a bit. It's all a bit poor. You know what I mean? Like the final ball looks.
Right.
And Bournemouth having another go, aren't they? Yeah, at 3-1 down. They're really having a go. Plenty of time left in this game, by the way. We said 2-2. It might be 3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only 77 and 78 coming up on the clock. So there's plenty of time to get back into this, and plenty of time for goals in the West Ham, Fulham, and the Burnley Everton game. It's not like any of the four teams are settling for a draw right now. No. They're still going for it. Good 10-15 minutes left in these games with stoppage time.
Yeah. So this is where in the Fulham game, where Raul Jimenez, he's 34, he'll be 35 this summer. He'll be out of contract as well. He's been a great servant to the club, and you know what quality he brings. But he's huffing and puffing out there. They you know, with that injury to Rodrigo Muniz, I think that's been a real bad one for Fulham. He's out until probably February, maybe even more. And they've really, really suffered without him, having that option off the bench or even starting. Come on, Josh King. Chance for you to first goal. The Prem.
Great ball from King.
Hit it.
Go on, Tete. It's pinball, isn't it? It's the same at Burnley. It's like you just need that quality.
Yeah, you got.
Wide of the post. King, come on.
And my manager's definitely listening to this because Martinelli looks like he's coming on.
He's got the headphones in, hasn't he?
He needs to.
Yeah.
Just get.
Gabriel Hines are going. Have you heard what CJ said there? Yeah, you got that. Good. All right, I don't need to tell you then. Oh dearie me. Yeah. So well.
Souček is coming on.
Souček is coming on because I think Fulham have snuffed out a few West Ham attacks. Although I still think there's a goal in it for West Ham. Likewise for Fulham, but Souček gives them that different option. Fulham making subs themselves. Kenny Tete coming off and Emile Smith-Rowe. Tom Cairney coming on. That's interesting. See, I mean, I love the man. I love Tom Cairney, obviously being a Fulham fan. He gives Fulham that little bit of extra class, a little bit of something controlled, or you know, can pick a pass in the centre of the pitch.
Level, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Cairney's no spring chicken. He's in his mid-30s now, but what a player he is. So that's interesting what both sides are doing. And you can see what Silva's thinking. He's thinking, we need to put our foot on the ball because we can create. West Ham are maybe thinking, you know what, a ball in the box with Souček up there, that can cause a bit of chaos, you know? Oh, it's a fascinating last 10 minutes we got here.
Yeah, a stat just flashed up on the Burnley Everton game, which tells you a lot of what you need to know. There's been 25 attempts on goal from both teams, 0 on target from Burnley, 4 on target from Everton. Just kind of, it's a lack of quality that's going to mean this is a low on the goals. Because it's not like it's a boring game. There's loads of endeavour, but just not enough quality at the end of the end of the move.
So we've got 10 minutes to go then in our Saturday 3 o'clock games, and all 3 games, all 5 games, I should say, poised pretty perfectly. Liverpool at Anfield. It's Liverpool 2, Wolves 1, and Liverpool are really, really struggling to see off Wolves. And fair play to Wolves for a team that are bottom of the Premier League, yet to win this season. Out of possession, they're making it difficult for Liverpool, and there's been a couple of moments, a couple of opportunities, balls into the box, and the big centre forward in particular. Arakadare has had a couple of chances, half chances, headers that have gone just over the bar. Crazy. So Wolves still very much in the game at Anfield. The West Ham Fulham game is pinball. Everton at Burnley have turned up the screw over the last couple of minutes. Absolute shenanigans going on in the Tech Community Stadium. Bournemouth are back in it. There's now an absolute melee going on. Semenyo is heavily involved and not happy. Did anyone see what happened?
Yes, I think Semenyo went in pretty heavy, didn't he? I presume it was Semenyo who went in heavy on the keeper. I mean, Bournemouth are really pushing on here. And Brentford look at all. Let's see. Yeah, he's just kind of gone in with a challenge. It's not. Look,
It's one, he knows.
He knows what he's doing. He's looked at the keeper. He's not really jumped for it. He's gone. It wasn't Semenya. Sorry, he went in for it. It's Kluivert who went in. It was a pretty hefty challenge.
The goalkeeper's pretty much collected the ball.
Yeah,
and
he's almost going into
one of those. I think when he's in the air, I think players don't like the sort of when you back into a player, and he almost clatters into him.
Come on.
So so I mean, but it's stupid on Bournemouth's part really, because they were in the ascendancy. They had the momentum, and then this has just slowed the game down and broken it. Brentford needed this because Brentford were.
It takes 3 minutes out of the game, and this is the stuff you don't.
And they're going to pick up a yellow as well.
Jesus, please, Jesus. Oh!
Yeah, yellow for Kluivert there, I'm guessing as well. So yeah, it's just slowed. This is perfect for Brentford because even at 3-1 up, they look rattled in the last 5 minutes.
I'll tell you something, at Anfield, it didn't come to anything, but Wolves put the ball in the box there. There was a volley. I mean, it went kind of... It would have been quite a spectacular one, but it shows you that Wolves are still in this at Anfield.
The centre-forward, Eric Cadores, caused all sorts of problems. Big, strong, physical centre-forward. And they every opportunity they get, they're just launching the ball into the box. He got the assist for the goal they scored from a corner. He's been a handful. And Wolves are very, very much in this game. And I'm really, really surprised we haven't been able to kill them.
Roll! 1-0 Fulham!
Football is one of the harshest games in this world.
It's a huge goal. Come on! That's what we wanted.
Very good header. So all the teams have come in.
Yeah, the Acca's coming up, guys. There we go.
Get that Acca out there.
As long as you two keep your lead, the big boys, Liverpool and Arsenal. I mean, they're the ones we're most worried about.
Lovely work down the wing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's poor from... Who was that?
Yeah, it's
a great header from Jimenez, but
Harry Wilson gets the byline. He puts the ball into the box, but it's an awful, awful clearance. I think that might be Mateus Fernandes. The clearance comes straight back. Is that Scholes?
Yeah.
The clearance comes straight back to Harry Wilson, who just lofts the ball into the box.
He's not missing
Jimenez
that.
Pulls away from the centre back.
No way.
And it's a powerful header into the turf, into the far corner.
Well, it does.
Lovely, lovely header.
I mean, it was a routine clearance for the young lad, wasn't it, at full-back at West Ham? And he basically gives Harry Wilson a second bite of the cherry.
Yeah.
And he floats it into Jimenez on the 6-yard box. It's the first really, really clear-cut chance where you think that is such an easy one.
Come on, Martinelli, come! How?
What you said earlier on, though, about the kind of there's a mistake in West Ham.
Yeah.
And there it was. I mean, they haven't played brilliantly. Neither team's played brilliantly, but they've been in the game. And then suddenly a stupid mistake at the back, and that's what your manager is. Then you're pulling your hair out because you're like, oh my God, we've played all right. We're in this game.
Well, you can't.
5 minutes to go.
Fault,
no, of course not. But you're just thinking, what is that? That is a clearance.
I mean, there's still with a game like this, there's still time for West Ham to get an equaliser. Don't get me wrong. But
Everton,
if
Everton
they
are pushing here as well.
Well, they are. Yeah, Everton look far the more likely. But if West Ham go on to lose this game, and there's 4 minutes plus injury time left.
Yeah.
My goodness, they've had their chances, but from Fulham, if Fulham can get out of there, if we can get out there with 3 points, that would be a lovely old job. I tell you what. But Jimenez, 2 things he's really good for is a header and a penalty.
I mean, beautiful header. The way it was just it was a powerful header. It was almost cushioned, wasn't it?
It shows you
sank back in and just let it. Yeah.
Well, it shows you the mistake that was made. I don't want to go too harsh on the young lad because he's obviously got a good future ahead of him, but he should be clearing that away. And I think the whole West Ham defence, they almost sort of take a moment to breathe, and he doesn't clear it. Wilson pops it in. Jimenez has got a free header 6 yards out.
Nelly, lovely flick.
I'll tell you something, at Anfield there.
Hey, come on, Jesus. This is your come on, Jesus. Come
Bradley there with a last-ditch challenge. Wolves were in. My goodness, Sam.
No, it's been lots of possession for Liverpool, but in terms of creating